Okay, Inkzuka time. Whoa, Bubble Buddy, best buddy. Can I get him? Yeah, Inkzuka versus Inkzuka, and we won. Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird, and welcome to Splatoon. We're just gonna jump right into it. Ranked mode, Splat zones, let's go. I am determined to get out of A- rank. I've done it before, and I can do it again. Now my big goal, I really want to play a bunch of different weapons, experiment with the different modes, and find out which weapon just suits me best for the different rank modes. I want to play the best I can play, so I really need to find a main, I guess, if you want to use like a fighting game equivalent. In most fighting games, if you practice with a bunch of different characters, you're going to get a good like awareness of how all the characters play, but you're not really going to get good at any one character. So I feel the same way with the weapons in Splatoon. So we're going to try out a few different ones here and figure out what will help me get those wins. It seems like the Inkzuka's working out as usual. Whoa! And my Seeker almost took him out. I tried to leave him with a little parting gift, but some of these Japanese players are so quick. He just ducked out and got out of the way. So as you can see, we are trying out the Aerospray. This is a weapon that you don't see too often in ranked mode. It was really popular when the game first came out, especially for Turf Wars. Before we got ranked mode, almost everyone was using this to get those turf points. Oop, somebody got him for me, thank you very much. And there's the Splushamatic, very similar weapon to the Aerospray. So yeah, a weapon that can cover a lot of turf. You wouldn't really think that would be that useful in ranked, but I'm gonna try it out for Splat zones at least, because the name of the game here is covering this zone. And I figure if I can cover it really quickly and rack up a lot of, coverage, then it should help out the team. Also, I can get my Inkzuka faster than some of the other weapons that have that in the set. And then, of course, I love the Seeker. I gotta be careful about using it too much or jumping into a killer whale. We got that guy, though, so at least one of them's down. That is a level 50 legendary cap-looking squid kid with the Bamboozler. I love to see anyone using the Bamboozler because it is pretty difficult to, especially in these high-pace modes, to actually make work. Oh, that guy's dipping out. That's another. So I'm learning a lot of strats that I really need to work into my own play, and one of them is if you get into a situation like that, there's no shame in, maybe a little shame, in super jumping back to the base to get away. You'll kind of leave your opponents a little confused and buy yourself some time to come back and get back in there. Especially if you're one of those players with quick super jump, you can do that a lot and just dip in and out. There we go, my Seeker's finally getting me a Splat there. But yeah, I like to kind of use the Seekers on maps where I know there's a lot of room for them to travel and cover a big zone. Get out of here. There we go. Now we're getting some Splats. I gotta be careful with when I throw them out though, because obviously the sub-weapons use a lot of ink. I know a lot of you guys giving me tips in the comments. One of the things I see kind of often is you use your sub-weapon too much, and I do. I know that. I need to get over throwing it out too often. But in a lot of cases, if I'm using a short-range weapon, I think throwing out a Splat Bomb or a Seeker can kind of help me out. There we go. I got out of the way, and my Seeker did the damage for me. But yeah, I really want to find a good weapon for each of these modes. So right now we're going to experiment with Splat zones. I'm going to try to get some wins here, and hopefully we will rank up again soon. Jeez. So the Splushamatic, that's that Splushamatic player again. There is a style I noticed that's very popular with a lot of the Japanese players that use that Splushamatic. They will use a lot of swim speed up and run speed up. They'll ink really quickly because, of course, it covers a lot of turf very close to you. They'll get in there and they'll cover that turf and then quickly zip away back into safety or kind of zip around, almost like how I like to play the brushes. So that might be a weapon to try as well. I think the brush, the Octobrush or the ink brush, might be what I should use for Splat zones. They super jumped again. They got away from my Inkzuka. But yeah, I figured I'd try some different stuff out. I want to keep using a variety of weapons, but at the same time, I think I need to narrow down a few different modes that I have a certain weapon that I can use if I really want to play to my best and get into a higher rank. That Bamboozler loves that killer whale. They're using it like crazy. They must be getting a good amount of turf. You don't think of the Bamboozler as a weapon that gets a lot of turf because it has a very thin little strip of ink that it shoots out, but it is pretty strong. Oh man, yeah, that Splushamatic player, that guy's like my rival. He's dipping around, leaving beacons. I think that might be him. He heard me. No. Get him! There we go. I hate training, but at least I took him down. I keep seeing the same, like, 2 players over here, and the other ones might be covering the other zone. So this is another map here, Piranha Pit, if you didn't notice. that has that divided zones. So we got to be extra careful and not forget about the other one. I've mainly been playing on the one zone closer to our side area, but I need to move in here. Oh man, yeah, they really got this locked down. They got those beacons everywhere. Okay, time to push in a bit here as we wind down, and if we can control these, we might do it. We're running out of time, but we've got control. Okay. Oh, there's a Kraken just zipping around. I love that the Kraken, a feature people don't talk about too much. The Kraken can actually destroy bombs before they blow up if you swim into them. It's really nice. Can we do it? We've got this pretty locked down. They're not pushing in. And yeah, all right. Didn't even need that Inkzuka, but ending with glowing squid tentacles like a Super Saiyan kid is a great way to end the match. All right, we barely got it by 1 point. Good start. I think I am going to switch off to another weapon, though, and we will try our hand. There we go. Not too shabby, but we're going to pick up the pace in the next match. All right, one more on Piranha Pit. I think we have the same ink color. I notice in ranked mode, you get a lot of the same colors of ink. Might be a little bit brighter green, but I have switched to the weapon that I said. I think this is the one that will be my Splat Zone's weapon. I really love playing the brushes. The Octobrush is probably my favorite weapon in the game, and I've got my samurai helmet and part-time pirate shirt to get that extra damage, which definitely helps with the brushes and help out this this little heavy splatling here, keep them a little protected and move around. This is a good spot to kind of hang out. I noticed that in a few modes you can kind of see when people are heading your way and also cover a good area. I'm gonna play it safe a little bit here. I know I'm using my bombs a lot, but if someone gets close, that's the brush. If someone's far away or I'm trying to cover the zone, then I've got that bomb to throw in there and try to get him. Now, I noticed something too. A lot of players, if you don't have any chargers on the enemy team, it's pretty safe to go on these ramps because most players use those weapons that are kind of mid-range, like the splatter shots and the gals. You'll see a lot of those in ranked mode. So if you do decide to go up on these little ramps, these conveyor belts, you're mostly safe as long as you don't get too close. There we go. And I can kind of splat the whole zone here just from up on that ramp and keep it well covered. But yeah, if you have an enemy charger anywhere on their side, just be a little careful. I'm starting to learn Piranha Pit a little bit more. It is one of the newer maps, so it's going to take a little bit for me to get it. Can I sneak around? And there we go. Don't need that ninja squid. Just get in there and strafe. That's one thing with the brushes. Never go head-to-head right in their face unless you don't really have a choice, because a lot of weapons will beat you out. But if you do strafe around, it's very tough for enemies to get away from the brush because of how much ink it throws out. All right, we got our Zuka. Let's let's see if we. Ooh, uh-oh. Got a Kraken to deal with. Okay, keep my Inkzuka here for a sec, and then okay, they're turned back. This is the time. This is the place. There we go. All right. I didn't even see that guy on the ramp at first until they started lobbing bombs everywhere, but that worked out. Jeez. But yeah, the ramp is mostly safe, the conveyor belt, I should say. But the side ones here, this one always throws me off, the one on the right there. Gotta watch out, because if you're trying to play it safe, or push in, I guess. If you're backing away, it'll help you speed away really quick. If you are pushing in, though, those ramps can slow you down because you're going against them a lot of the time. People love to go around there as well. Just throwing bombs wherever I know I can help out and kind of cover little bits. Okay, oh, they got their special again already. There's at least one Sploosh-o-matic, maybe, I think, over there. That's the one, or Splash-o-matic is the one that has the suction bomb rush. That is pretty good for the zone here. And tower control as well. That's a good weapon. I don't know. Maybe I should try that one out. I'm still kind of figuring out what weapon I should use. If you guys have any good suggestions, like this weapon would be good to try for this mode, then let me know. I know everyone's got a pretty different play style, though, so I gotta try to use what's right for me. Can the Inkzuka hold back the Kraken? Yes? No! Not if he goes around. He used my advice. He's listening in on my recording here. No, he strafed around and just avoided it. All right, time to jump in. Let's see. I thinking about trying to use like quick super jump here. I don't super jump enough, but if I ever got to the point where I was gonna, use that to get away, like that would have been a good time. Then quick super jump can really speed things up, combined with that stealth super jump. But that's a lot of abilities. I like having my ink sabers and stuff. It's a trade-off, whatever you do, though. 96 gal is. That's actually, I mentioned, was in I think I got all the way to A+ before I fell back down a little bit again. But the higher ranks, I was actually playing Splat zones just like this, but I was using the 96 gal deco. That's a very popular weapon because it splats in 2 shots. It is, it's very, very strong, has great range, and it's a little slow, but it's got pretty good balance there. And the way the splash walls used to work, that was like one of the best weapons to use. See, even there, he was like all the way in the zone, and he still got me. That's how good the gals, that 96 gals got with its range. All right, jump back in there. I have all these Japanese players playing with me, so I keep thinking that's showing my name that way. Can we trap them? There we go. So that's another good thing. I think I have about 6 swipes of the brush after I throw my bomb. So if you kind of play it safe, you can throw a bomb, lure someone into another area, and just, you know, playing like a ninja, you throw a bomb to root someone out, like a smoke bomb, and then once they're out, then you go in for that slash with the brush and take them down. I think we're gonna get this one. It's pretty close, but feeling good about this. Gotta look out for, I just saw that Kraken again. Oh, all right, somebody got him, and we got the win. Okay, so yeah, I do think the brush, at least on this map, is working out pretty well for me. But again, some weapons do not work on some maps. If I don't have room to kind of duck and zip around, the brush is not going to be as effective. All right, top of the team. Not too bad, even though I was on the bottom of Splats. That's still good, though. It's ranked by how many wins you're getting. All right, we're going to have one last match here with the old Bristle Brush on Blackbelly Skatepark. I think this is my favorite map. It's really hard to choose. I love the aesthetic, if we can use that word anymore. It totally has a different connotation now with those weird videos. But I love the looks of Camp Triggerfish, but I think Blackbelly might be my favorite to play on. Lots of little areas and nooks to hide in to get those surprise attacks. There we go. All right. And that little trick there, inking up that wall, I didn't realize the brush could really do that, but I saw a charger do it, and I started using that now. I usually go up on that little side area, but that takes a lot longer to ink. You can just go straight up the wall and get up here and get into a good position. Just want to make sure I've got the all clear to move up onto this middle tower. Now this is so key to winning on this map, especially Splat zones. You can see both zones from up here, so it's definitely handy. But luckily, I don't think they have any chargers. I think it's all Tentatex and Octo shots, so we should be good to kind of dip around and get those splats without getting sniped. Okay, Inkzuka time. Whoa, Bubble Buddy, best buddy. Can I get him? Yeah! Inkzuka versus Inkzuka, and we won a little ink for Mr. Ramp, and that is all she wrote. Okay, yeah, the Inkzuka, I probably would have gotten hit there without my best Bubble Bud. Okay, so yeah, the Splat Bomb set with the Inkzuka, I'm really warming up to it. I need to go back to the Kraken Octobrush again and see if that still works well for me, but yeah, having these bombs to kind of dip over the side and take people out is really handy, and then the Inkzuka pretty much good on almost any map except for maybe ancho-v games. They really put this huge screen on that map to block those Inkzuka shots. Tower also very handy for hiding from enemy Inkzukas. Like a little squiddy coward. No, you gotta stay alive. And the Octobrush is all about kind of hiding away until the time is right. Oh, I saw someone there. Where'd they go? They're hiding too. All right. I love being able to use these little splat bombs to either kind of lob them out into the enemy zone, or just get real close to the edge and just drop them off to stop people. The suction bomb's more powerful, but they can't really do things like that. There we go. All right, it worked. Got him. A lot of the time on the splat bombs, spent detonating is when they're dropping too, so they might just fall right on someone's head and they won't be able to get away from it. So that's also very handy. Okay, almost got my Inkzuka here. They got the zone. I gotta be careful. Wait till I'm in a good spot to take them out. All right, anyone throwing suction bombs is getting blasted. Ooh, somebody on the tower? Yeah, all right. I wasn't sure if it would reach up there. It just barely is tall enough. It's crazy how big those shots are. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Whoa, I'm more yellow than purple. Gotta get out of there. I gotta turn tail and be a little yellow. There we go. Oh, man. I hate trading, but at least it took him down. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the splatter shots, a lot of the octo shots, basically identical to Tentatech and the octo shot, but they are really good. I might end up moving to the octo shot soon, but I'm having a lot of fun with the brush. Hope you guys enjoy watching it. It is my favorite weapon to use, even if it's not always great for inking the tiny little crack that I need to get up on the wall with. We're okay. I have some trouble with that sometimes, but we're doing good. I've only been splatted once. Only one sploops. I gotta get into the that's the term that I came up with, if you guys remember. Splats are for kills, sploops are for deaths. And hopefully that'll catch on. Who knows? At least I'll use it. Everyone else might be too embarrassed to say sploops. Sploops have died. Oh, there we go. That's what they're saying. Getting a lot of splats on this. I think it's just nice to go back to the brush and get, you know, my brush on a little bit, because it's been a while since I've really done well with this thing. There we go. Inkzuka, you are my savior. That was crazy. I got knocked off the tower, though. That's the one thing with the Inkzuka, other than it taking a long time to charge, is that you can push yourself right off of the map or into enemy ink if you're not careful. But otherwise, probably one of the best specials. I don't know. Kraken's my favorite, but Inkzuka's probably the better special. I'm feeling like the Bubbler might be one of the best as well, too, because that hasn't suffered a lot of the Kraken nerfs, but it's still really strong. I thought about balancing the Kraken and the Bubbler more. I don't think they really need any nerfs. Maybe the Bubbler, it can be frustrating, but what if, hear me out here, this is probably not going to get added, but what if you had to be a certain distance away from enemy Inklings to activate your Kraken or your Bubbler, so you couldn't just use it as a reaction to survive someone splatting you? I don't know how that would work, but that's just my idea to maybe balance it. Who knows? I think it would just make it a little easier for weapons that have to get super close and go all in to get the win. And speaking of the win, I think we just got it. Can I get one more splat? Just one more. Oh, I heard that ink contact, but we're not getting it. That's all right. I think we got plenty for this match. Thank you guys for watching. We will get a higher rank. I am determined, and it will happen. That is it for this episode, though. I think we're switching to a different mode for next one. I'll see you guys then. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this beat out by old Elros, but ain't that just the way? I'll see you guys next time for more Splatoon. And did we? We did. We leveled up. One more to go.